I was a real fan of it, even before I was in it. So I guess I really like seeing Hopper learn to like care and love for Elle after everything.
Yes. Go David Harbour.
And I think that it's one of the many things about the show that's so great is getting to see all these different characters learn to open up to each other. And it makes it so much fun for the audience to get to see that. But personally, that was a really fun development to see happen. I'd say my least favorite, if we're being honest, not to diss on anyone, my least favorite would have to be probably like the Mind Flayer, because the dude just keeps coming back for more. It's like he never learns, you know? It's like, yeah, so that's definitely my least favorite, because he's got to take a hint at some point. I mean, he keeps getting defeated.
Word, yeah, he's got to take the hint.
Got to take the hint.
It's like this dimension isn't compatible.
No, go to a different one.
A different one, you're good.
Yeah.
There's like an infinite number of them. I don't get why he's so set on ours, but...
Right?
For me, though, favorite character development, of course, I mean, it's just, I love watching Elle evolve and like get to grow as a person in society and getting to experience all the things that every kid gets to, but so late in life. Imagine just like spending the entirety of your existence for over a decade just being a guinea pig in a horrible, abusive, and manipulative, crazy, weird, telekinetic environment. Like, of course, it's gonna be crazy. And then to see her do things like go get ice cream with her friends and ride a bike and eat waffles and just do, I don't know, like kid shit, like just do like these little like just fun things and getting to experience them for the first time, and Millie's portrayal of getting to experience those things for the first time. I think it comes across very clearly. And especially later on, like especially at the end of 3 going into 4 and stuff, it's cool to get to see how the real world is really affecting her. So that's probably my favorite development of a character. And I gotta say my least favorite development of a character, and I say this meaning it should have happened this way, because it was a complete representation early on that nobody is safe, is when Barb was unfortunately killed. Because the thing is like all you had from her was this sweet, loving, caring, understanding, great friend. This person deserves all the happiness in the world, and of course, that's who we're gonna kill first. That's who it's gonna happen to, because of course it's heart-wrenching, of course justice for Barb, and a lot of people still ask me if she's coming back. And Matt and Ross always say, like, dude, she's dead. Because like it's a character that needed to go early on to establish the stakes. You needed to establish that nobody was safe. Even kids, even good people, bad things happen to good people, especially in this show, all the time, strap in. So of course it was a heartbreaking development for a character to have to go down, but it was a necessity to establish the stakes of the show.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
What's your name? Jake.
Jake. What's up?
All right. I got a question to ask to Mr. Gaten.
Hi.
All right. So, in the show, does Matt and Haas? Does Matt Haas make you do your homework on by watching like all the 80 shows?
Oh, so well, I guess Matt and Ross they kind of, I think like initially like when the first season was coming out and when the press was going out, like a lot of the focus was on the 80s nostalgia, because that's what was going to get people to watch the show initially. A lot of people were like, of course, all the press was about the love letter to the 80s. Our cast, Winona Ryder is starring in the show, incredible. But like that was the main draw, and so I think like one time in an interview, like Matt or Ross was like, yeah, we gave them all like homework to watch these movies and stuff, and so like that to this day still resonates. But honestly, most of us had already seen pretty much all of them. We were all kind of movie geeks and nerds going into it. Like The Goonies had already been one of my favorite movies. E.T. had already been a classic, and even a lot of like the old, like of course Ghostbusters, all that jazz. But a lot of those shows that were inspiring to Stranger Things were already like fresh in our minds at that point. Like even our scene in which we auditioned with, the scene I read for Mike, Lucas, and then in my final callback I read for Dustin at some point. But the scene that we had was a scene from Stand By Me. The scene in the junkyard outside the fence when he's screaming at the owner of the junkyard for talking about his dad. And it's a very rough scene. There's a lot of swearing, a lot of yelling, and it's intense. And even before that, they're like, "Can you watch this before going in?" But it's something that I guess all of us had already done and continue to do. So it was less homework and more just almost honestly revisiting a part of our childhoods as well, because our parents raised us right.
Thanks. Thanks, Jake. Hello, what's your name?
Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Hi.
I gave you the bracelet.
Right. This bracelet Emily made for me, and I even said that like I was going to put it on. I made sure that I caught her name, so if anybody asks, I can just say that my friend Emily made this bracelet for me. So thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. So thank you very much.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, my question was, who is your favorite character on Stranger Things outside of acting?
Just outside of an actor's perspective.
That's really interesting.
It's a great.
I'd really have to think about that.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different characters that are so fun to get to watch grow, especially now that there's like multiple seasons. But I'd say definitely the kids.
Of course.
I'm gonna say you.
Thanks.
Because
Ah!
we get to. You were so tiny when you started.
I was small. I'm still a small dude.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
you feel like you grow up with them, and yeah.
Wow.
Here's a little whistle. I'll take it.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right. Let's.
We're gonna say you. I know,
Thank you.
obviously, I have to. Susie loves you.
Of course. It's method.
Yeah.
No.
Obviously.
Thank you. That's pretty nice.
Of course.
I think for me, it's Keith the arcade guy. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Maddie, who played him, was absolutely incredible. Genuinely, I've never worked with a person who I've just been like instantly like, you are so much fun, and I want to do everything with you all the time. And like he'll comment on like an Instagram post or like DM me sometime. He'll just see it, and it just brightens my day. Seriously. Oh, so much fun. Because like they just let us like really just play around with that because it was such a fun little bit in at the beginning of season 2, having him kind of despise the kids and vice versa. That's just a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't know why. It's just kind of my favorite part of the entire show. Thank you. Thank you, Emily. Thank you for the bracelet.
You're gonna hate me for this, but I think we have time for maybe one more.
No!
I know, I'm the bad guy. So, what is your name?
Grace?
Hi, Grace. You get to wrap it up for us, Grace.
Did you think Stranger Things would ever get this big and touch so many people?
Oh wait, yeah.
I think that's.
I think that might be
you.
for me. No. That's about it. Like it was a very small production. It wasn't. Even people keep telling us like, even when we were there, like Netflix executives were never there. Like we would walk around set and they'd just be like, oh, this is really fun. Enjoy it while it's here. We're like, oh, okay. And they're like, it's a great season. Enjoy it. I can't wait to see you do more things after this is over. I'm like, oh, so this is small. And then this happened, I guess. Let's do another one. I think we have time for it.
You got one more? Okay, we can get one more then.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We will get one more question.
Wait a minute. Are those the Pines doing it?
Oh!
Shooting Star Pine Tree.
That's the character. That's it. I want them to do a Gravity Falls music.
No,
I want us to
that's so fun.
with more more than the biggest entire passion of my heart. I have always said
That.
I tell Lizzie about this all the time. I'm not even joking, and we're so on with this. Okay, it's gotta happen.
Okay, anyways, grab the
Okay,
balls and
continue.
the ball.
Hi.
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 Hey, man. What's
I'm
up?
Griffin.
Hey, Griffin.
This is my sister, Brinley.
Hi, Brandon.
Obviously. And I was just wondering if either of you were to be cast as another character in Stranger Things, which one would you choose, and like what kind of a spin would you put on it?
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good one, huh?
Whoa. I personally, I didn't mention this. I also really love Robin.
Word up,
Love
dude.
Robin.
Yeah.
And I would probably, I could never be as amazing in it as Maya is, because she's incredible. But I think that she just really resonates with me. She's really fun. And I would just play it like how I'm hanging out with my friends and going on this wild adventure. I mean, she's literally working in a mall, and all of a sudden she's like in a whole other world,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "Oh, you didn't know? Oh my gosh, well,
Let's
welcome
play
to
this."
this." And I mean, I would love to just get to do that.
That'd be perfect.
Because that's experiencing a bunch of new things like Elle, but being practically
But, like,
an
the
adult
opposite of-
already and living a regular life, and then seeing, oh my
Exactly.
gosh.
It's like
this-
reverse,
It's
you know?
reverse,
like
yeah.
experience all these good things, and then it's like, oh no. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Good word. That's
I think that would be me. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Murray Bauman. Absolutely.
Favorite character?
Without a doubt in my mind. Brad Gelman is one of literally my favorite people I've ever got to work with. He's incredible, so smart, witty, just like it's there 110% all the time. And that's not necessarily about like a new spin. If I were to ever touch anything and change it the way Brett did it, I'd be doing something wrong. Like it's perfect and so much fun. And as I get older, I'd love to play parts like that, without a doubt, for sure. It's a good question. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we do need to start to wrap this up. I know. The good news is the party doesn't end because these two will be here all day today.
Yes, we will.
That's what I've been told. No, you have to stay. Oh, contract. Okay, we're obligated. I want to thank our interpreter. I want to thank the folks from the microphone, the folks in the back. Thank you guys so much. Let's give one big round of applause for our guest, Gaten Matarazzo. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here.
I love you guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right, we're done.